त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षे मामृतात्. Om Shanti. With the blessings of the Lord Shiva, we'll start this session to improve your immune system. The path of yoga is an invitation to align everything with the highest. Once everything aligned with the highest, then your immune system, like all other systems, will be healthy. So we'll do some techniques of yoga that are breathing techniques, some postural techniques, and some movements of vinyasa that will help you make your immune system resilient, strong, and impeccable. Okay, so let's start with the first Kriya. First breathing Kriya is very simple. You protract your shoulder blades, so clench your fingers together and rotate them externally. Protect your shoulder blades, which is important. See, my shoulder blades are moving out. Now, it's important. Inhale normally, but when you exhale, pursue your lips like you are giving air to a flute. Like this. So inhale, take a deep breath, and when you exhale, do this movement. And stop in the middle, do it once again. Inhale, and relax. The second technique will be like this. You place your fingers on the deltoid, the middle of the deltoid. Inhale normally. When you exhale with the same technique, so like pursuing your lips, you make a round circle. Like your elbow is a chalk and you're drawing a circle with that chalk. Stop, and then we'll do the other side. Inhale, normally deep breath, and relax. In the third technique, we'll exhale forcefully. These techniques we're using to expel all the toxins out of our respiratory systems. So our pathways, channels, or meridians will be cleansed. So in this one, you inhale and then exhale forcefully, creating a sound by constricting the passage of your throat. Good. Now we'll do some more breathing technique to open up your lungs, to improve the capacity of your lungs. So inhale, open up your chest, palms opened, rotate your shoulder externally. Can you see? This is external rotation when palms are facing the sky. And then inhale and exhale normally, make a circle. So it will create more space in the thoracic spine. And if there is more space there, your diaphragm can move freely. And if diaphragm can move freely, it can suck more oxygen in. And if it can do that, the volume of your lung improve. And with that, volume capacity of your lungs improve. And that stimulate your immune system. We've done about 15 to 20 times. In the next sequence, what we'll do is we'll rotate our arms internally. So this is internal rotation. Maintain the same hand position. Hand is at the level of the shoulders. Just internal rotation. And then this is Garud Kriya. Like a Garud or an eagle is flying in the sky. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale, allow it to float in the air. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze, and then allow it to float in the air. It will also make your rotator cuff muscles, your 4 muscles on the back of your shoulder, stronger. Plus it open up the lungs literally from the side. Aim to do it about 15 to 20 times. If you get tired, you can relax anytime and rejoin us at your own convenience. And relax. Now do a very old technique of Yog Snan, in which we stimulate every chakras of the body. We have 7 chakras in the human existence. In fact, if we count animal existence, we have much more, many more. So we'll take a shower to all the chakras of the body. So what we'll do is we'll inhale, go up, like we're drawing the Prana from the universe, life force, and coming down to Sheshadhar, top of your head, and then to the Agya, and then to Vishuddhi, throat center. And then come here, closer to your armpits. You want to go back. Touch the back of the heart, Anahat. Go down to Manipur and Svadhisthana and Mooladhara. And then keep coming down through your hamstrings, back of your knees to the calf. Ground your palms. See if you can keep the leg straight. And then gently pull yourself up. Keep the belly tight. Eyes preferably closed. And then come from Mooladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat to Vishuddhi. And then cross your hands so you touch the opposite shoulders. And then come down on your arms. Rub your palms together. Shift that energy to Agya Chakra and to Sheshadhar. And we'll do one more. Inhale. Draw that Prana to Sheshadhar and then distribute it everywhere in the Agya Chakra, in Vishuddhi, to Anahat, to the navel center, to Svadhisthana, then to the root. Come down to your heel. From heel, touch your toes one by one, every toe. Lift yourself up. Palpate. Feel your body. And then keep coming up. Back to all chakras. Up to Manipur, Anahat. And then you have to cross. Go to opposite shoulders. Down the arms. Rub your palms together. Agya and Sheshadhar. Well done. Now we'll do sun salutation. Sun is very important for a good immune system. It's the only source of energy we have. So open up the feet wider. Push the hips forward. Open up the chest. Some of you can just go up to here. If you're comfortable, try to bend back. Don't force anything, just go to the extent you're comfortable. And then pull yourself up and forward. Clench your fingers together. Try to bring chest closer to the knees. Straight leg. Long spine. Remember, we're not bending from the spine. We're bending from the hips. This is a hinge movement. We're just hinging the hips. We're keeping the spine long. Lunge position, or what we call Ashu Sanchalkasana traditionally. So take the right foot back, left foot in the front. Weight on the feet. 90% body weight on the feet. Hands are just symbolically touching the floor. Keep this hip, right hip fully extended. And then Utthit Chaturanga Dandasana, this position. Watch carefully the position of the spine. Flat back is very important. Protract your shoulder blades. They should move out. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. And belly contracted, like you're drawing the navel center in towards your spine. And then Chaturanga Dandasana. So you can drop the knees on the floor if you have to. Otherwise, come down slow and controlled without losing the shape of the spine. And then arch position. Udhar Mukh Svanasana. Upward facing dog. Chest out. Shoulder down and back. So shoulders not shrugged like this, but down, away from the ear. And back, not forward. Open up your hip flexors. Feel the stretch in your abdominals. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukh Svanasana. Right foot forward. Ashu Sanchalkasana on other side. Long stance. Maximum distance between the feet. Breathe normally. Inhale and exhale. And always remember, take longer to exhale. That's a sign of a calm mind. Longer exhalation than inhalation. Bring both feet together. Ardha Matsundarasana. See if you can touch the ground with your palms. If not, bend the leg. And then slowly work to straighten the legs. And curl yourself up, slow and controlled. Tightening the belly into hand to heart position. We finished one round, we'll do one more. Arch position is the first, backward bending. Remember, if you have hernia or you have ulcer, you don't want to do intense back bend. That won't be helpful. So in that case, you just stand and stretch a bit like this. Don't go back. But for normal people, it's a very healthy movement, especially if you have any herniated disc. Pull yourself up and forward bending. In the forward bending, the thing to remember is that if you have cervical problem or herniated disc and it is causing you trouble, pain, then avoid any deep forward bending. Third, Ashu Sanchalkasana. Maximum distance between the feet. Weight on the feet, not on the hands. Hands are just symbolically touching. Long stance is important. Back leg straight if possible. That will strengthen your knee and your quad. Come in the plank position. And then chaturanga. Slow and control. Remember, you don't want to lose the shape of the spine. Very important. Flat back. And then now change the shape. This is an arch position. Chest out, shoulders back and down. Open. Open yourself up to the universe, to the sources of energy higher than you. Downward facing dog. Ardha Matsundarasana. Push the chest toward the knees, armpits towards the toes. Lift your hips as high as you can. Right foot forward. Long stance. Weight on the feet. Both feet together. See if we can touch the palm. This time you may go a bit deeper than the last time. Curl yourself up through tightening the core. Draw the navel in. Squeeze the belly. Lifting yourself up. Excellent, well done. You finished 2 rounds of sun salutation. Sun is the highest source of energy on earth. And it activates pineal gland, which stimulates our immune system. So now we'll do some postures. Individual Hatha Yoga postures that will be very helpful to improve the lymph flow in the body. Lymphatic system is very closely related to your immune system. We have lymph nodes in the body, which is like police station. If they catch some pathogen, they take them to the lymph nodes and correct them. So this sequence, these Hatha Yoga postures which I am going to do, will stimulate the lymphatic system, improve its circulation, and helps the body to secrete more lymph. Okay, in this one, first we start with the goddess pose. So in the goddess pose, maybe you can come in this way. So feet wider, open up the chest and sink down. Open up the palms, so rotate the shoulder externally. Knees going out, hips going down, push the hip forward, shoulder on the top of the hips, and move side to side slightly. Allow that lymph to flow. Most of the lymph nodes are closer to the armpits and closer to our groin. This pose will help in stimulating those lymph nodes. Move slightly, palms to from the armpits. Okay, then for the next 15 seconds, hold this position. Just still. Totally still. Another 10 seconds. And yourself up. Inhale. Exhale, we going for Sarit Padhastasana. So hands between the feet. Or maybe the head between the feet. Maybe just palms. With the different levels, see how far you can go. But the important thing is you want to keep the spine long. We're bending from the hips, not from the spine. The more flexible, it eventually go to the Ardha Matsundarasana, which means head come under the hips. Just do what is comfortable to you. Stay here for 30 seconds. Then bring the feet together, hands on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Bend to your left. Push the hip to the right, bend to the left.
Legs, feet together.
Bicep behind the ear. Body square. Keep breathing. And then we'll do other side. Inhale. Exhale, bend to the right.
Look in the front, Janaya.
Five seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Then raise your left leg. Place it inside the groin, the right groin. Shift the weight on the right foot. Look forward. Inhale, come in the tree, Vrikshasana. So this posture will help you with a good posture. Spine is critical for a good posture. We call it Merudand in yoga. In fact, Hatha Yoga Pradipika mentioned it as a Sumeru. Sumer is also mountain range. So if your spine is like a mountain, tall, strong, resilient, then your posture is good. And then come slowly out to change the side. Don't forget to breathe at any time. Grab your right foot, fix it in your left groin, and inhale. Lengthen your arms like Garuda Kriya we did before. Arms overhead. Don't look to the ground, look to the front. If this is too hard, then you can also do it like this. So my foot is below the knee. For beginners, this is advisable. And relax. Nice. Then I'll ask you to briefly relax in the child pose. Kneel down. And stretch your palms. Rotate your shoulder externally, so palms facing the sky. Ground your chest, or maybe the forehead. Knees wide. And stay in this position. Remember long spines. When you sit down, knees out, feet together, arch the spine and then go down like this. This position. It's a good pose to improve the digestion. It cures many diseases. Yogash sarvasya rogo hanti. Yoga cures all the disease. Just ground yourself in this pose and sit for another 20 seconds. Pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to inhale and exhale that happens involuntarily inside your body every time. Give pause to all the contents of your mind. And focus on the highest, as I said. Once you align yourself with the highest, then everything start working at its best. Okay, then we do Svanasana. So from this position, you just raise your heels up, hips up. So hips away from the heels. And roll forward the palms. This time palms are down, touching the floor. And try to ground your chest and chin. This position. This will open up the thorax and it will improve the movement of your diaphragm. Hold this position for just 30 seconds. Your immune system is very closely connected to your lymphatic system, to your digestive system and to your respiratory system. So all the session is focused upon these three systems. If your digestion is good, your immune system is getting good reinforcement and nourishment. If your respiratory system is good, you're getting good prana, so it stimulates the immune system, kick-starting. And if your lymph system is good, then it's more active because the policemen of the immune system are working well. They're checking on all the pathogen diseases entering inside the body. Excellent. Then take this left arm down and right arm up like this. You'll be surprised to know that top part, apex of your lungs goes above the collarbone, 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter above the collarbones. So if you open up the shoulders, you're opening up your lungs, improving its capacity. This is a good shoulder opener. And then do it other side. Look forward. and pull yourself back. Come back to the last position. Left arm down. And this time rotate. It's a good way to crack your spine. If you want to save a trip to chiropractor, you should do this pose. Look at the sky. And if you want to improve your immune system, consider practicing at least once in a week outside in the park, in the sun. Your pineal gland will love it. Come back. Go to the side. Right. Both palms facing the roof, remember. Keep breathing. And relax. Come in this position, base table toe position. And if you can do a couple of cat cows. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Look up, arch the spine. This is cow pose. And then curl the spine. This is cow pose. Marjarias. Gavasana. And Marjarias. We're doing it as a movement, so lymph can flow more smoothly. Come in this position, Marjariasana. Raise one arm up, another arm up. We said there are a lot of lymphs around your armpits and the shoulders, this area. Some of you actually you can palpate them. They're very big in size. Sometimes you palpate your skin and feel some mass, maybe a big lymph node. Especially if you have any infection, the lymph node get activated. So you can feel some structures around your armpits or the groin, which dissolves with time. Once they are no more required. Inhale. You can do opposite arm and leg. Maintain the Marjarias, flat back, protracted shoulder blades. Raising opposite arm and the leg. Keep the body square. Shoulder square, hip square. Stretch out like you want to touch the opposite ends with the palm and with the foot. And sit in Vajrasana. It's a good pose to improve the digestion. As I said, 50% of your immune system is your gut. That supply the nourishment and reinforcement to the immune system. And after that, we'll do two very important poses. The first one is Paschimottanasana. lift your hips, straighten your legs in front. Inhale. As I said, if you have some serious back pain, especially because of herniated disc, you want to avoid it, or what you do is you simply straighten the leg, straighten the spine, straighten the leg of course, but just go forward up to here. You don't want to bend forward. But if you're a normal healthy person, it's a very, very good pose. Inhale, arch the back, and exhale, bend forward till your elbow touches the ground. Grab the toes, and then try to touch your chest to the knees and chin to the shin. Keep the legs straight. If it is too hard, you can bend or micro bend the leg. Yeah. Go as deep as you can. Paschimottanasana is a very, very old posture. There is the oldest text in yoga, Shiv Samhita, which is said to be written by the Lord Shiva himself, Adinath. Shiv Samhita mentioned only 4 postures. It says that if you do these 4 postures, they are enough for nirvana. And Paschimottanasana is one of them. It is mentioned as Ugrasana actually, but scholars believe that Ugrasana is Paschimottanasana. Consensus among the scholars that Ugrasana, the description suggests that it's Paschimottanasana. It's a very, very advanced posture. It can awaken all the chakras inside the body. It works in every chakra simultaneously, from Muladhara to Sahasrara. But as I said, be careful if you have slip disc, severe back pain. If you have hernia, ulcer, it's a good pose. Okay, then lift yourself up. And then lift the left foot. Place it outside the right knee. This pose is Ardha Matsundarasana. Again, very, very traditionally known posture. You know, if after Lord Shiva, if you name another teacher who contributed to the yoga, Matsundarasana is one of them. Of course, there are Patanjali and Gorakhnath, but Matsundarasana is the teacher of Gorakhnath. So, left foot outside the right knee, inhale, lengthen, return, twist to your left. Try to grab this arch of the foot. So with the right hand, I'm grabbing the left arch if possible. Lengthen the spine. This is mentioned by Matsundarasana. It said that yoga started with Adinath, and then he told to the Parvati. From Parvati, a fish, Matsya, born as a Matsya. And he heard him. While there was a conversation going on between Shiva and Parvati. So this is the pose discovered by him. And this is again such type of pose. You have to pick one pose in the entire tradition. This is one of them. And these are very old postures. You can hold actually a long time. Other side. Hold for about a minute, both sides, minimum 30 seconds. Right foot outside the left knee. Here, place it here. First inhale, lengthen, extended the spine. And then left elbow outside the right knee. Twist to the right. Open up your chest. Pull your shoulders back. Now do some breathing techniques. Again, specifically for boosting your immune system, for kick-starting it. The first breathing is very simple. It's a combination of Bhastrika Pranam and Ujjayi Pranam. So here, imagine that your diaphragm, which is above the abdomen and below the lungs and the heart. When you inhale, you pressing it down. When exhale, it comes up. So diaphragm, when you inhale, it goes down. When exhale, it comes up. Inhale down, exhale up. Or imagine that you have a pump you use to fill the air in the tire. So when you inhale, you're pressing it down, exhale up. Okay? So we do it 30 times. And relax. So you have to use Ujjayi while doing it. So you have to constrict the throat passage. You create that sound of an ocean using the throat. The next breathing technique is Nadi Shodhan Prana. Here you have to apply Kumbhak. Kumbhak means holding the breath. Shvash prashvashyo gati vichedita pranayama. It is said in Hatha Yoga. So gati vichedika. So if you want to change the pattern of your breath, you have to hold the breath. So this pranayama will require that holding. So we'll inhale, and after inhalation we'll hold, and then exhale, and then hold. 4 steps. So inhale for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 8 seconds. Exhale 8 seconds, hold the breath outside 8 seconds. 4, 8, 8, 8. Okay, we'll do it 3 times. I'll do the counting. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Relax. One more important breathing technique is Brahmari Pranayam. So Brahmari Pranayam will do in a special way. So you make a fist like this, and you want to tap the region of the chest. So from this, where the floating ribcage starts, up to the mid clavicular point, exactly in the anterior median line. So we'll tap it while saying Om. So do the same as you do in Brahmari. Inhale, and when you exhale, keep the lips closed and say Om. So you will create that humming sound of a bee. But at the same time, tap down, down to up to down, down to up. Okay? And then once you lose your breath, start again. We do it 3 times. Keep the eyes closed, lie down on the floor on your back. Savasana. This is one of the rare Hatha Yoga pose which everyone loves. Palms opened, facing the roof. In this pose, you don't have to do anything. You simply become a witness consciousness. We have made some effort to boost our immune system. Now this is the time when we stop making efforts and allow the body, the system inside us to align with the highest, to replenish, to re-energize the energy from the highest. That alignment will happen if you don't interfere. So don't interfere for the next few minutes. Give a complete pause to the content of your brain. Become still. Can you give a pause for a few minutes? And that is Savasana. No matter what is happening in your life, just give a pause. And then the inside resources will connect the highest outside. And then they synchronize together. Yatha pindi tatha brahmani. What is inside is outside. न जायते म्रियते व कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता व न भूये अजो नित्यं प्राण शाश्वतो पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So something that is never born, that never dies. So connect with that in Savasana. So you're not a bhokta, not a karta, not a sufferer, not a doer. You're simply a witness consciousness. So that understanding will go much and much deeper inside your system and will heal you from deep within. All the insecurity will disappear. Insecurities, emotional insecurities, cause a lot of damage to our emotional system and to our immune system. So once you can repair, once you can heal those insecurities, and the only way to heal them is to connect to the highest in you without getting distracted by flimsy content of everybody. And that is our practice. Stay completely still. न जायते म्रियते व कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता व न भूये अजो नित्यं शाश्वतो पुराणो न
Hanyate hanyamani sharir. Something that never dies. Even if the body dies, but still exists. Gently turn toward your left. Take a deep breath. Inhale, expand your lungs, floating rib cage and your belly. Exhale, relax. Inhale, expand your belly like a balloon from both sides. Exhale, relax. And then slowly lift yourself up into any sitting position. Rub your palms together. And gently do the palming. Thank you very much for your kind attention and love. And I salute from the depth of my heart to the highest inside you.